Good afternoon. I am John Hutchings. This is Healthy Edge Rochester, and we are on location today at Rochester Fitness and Cycling. This gentleman to my right is perhaps the nicest guy in the fitness business in Rochester, New York. It's Jamie Gruttadauria, and he's the owner of Rochester Fitness and Cycling, and we're privileged to be here with you today to talk some health, fitness, and wellness. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. Thanks for inviting us in.
Definitely.
We'll talk about some of these things over here as stocking stuffers, because I'm sure everyone that's watching knows it's the holiday season. We're entering into crunch time where what do you buy somebody who you haven't bought their gift yet? Because I think what's today? The 16th?
Yep.
So we're 9 days out.
Right.
If you know what somebody wanted, or you have that relationship with a person where they tell you in advance what they want and all you have to do is just pull the trigger, that's done.
Yes.
Right? Amazon's delivered, it's put it on your porch, and it's over. But if they haven't, and you don't have that relationship, you're starting to get into the panic mode. Right?
Oh yeah, we're seeing people coming in panicking for sure.
You know, it's funny, I just said that to you, and I think my sweat glands just opened up. Because I got a few things. I just remembered my wife texted me something.
I think we all have a few things on our
and I didn't buy it yet, so I got to get on that. But, you know, this is the perfect place to come for those last minute gifts.
Sure.
So we're going to talk about that and a lot of things. But I want to tell people here on Healthy Edge Rochester a little bit about your background, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But you've been in this business for like 20 years.
This is actually, last month was our 20th year anniversary. We started the business in 1997, yeah.
Yeah, because we know each other from the Rochester Athletic Club
Yes,
days.
we do,
And you actually started out as like a partner to that business, Rochester Fitness and Cycling. You had almost like a similar logo, the font. Todd Schiffauer was involved somehow.
Yeah, amazing person. Definitely got me my start. Was a great mentor for me.
Yeah.
Very appreciative and grateful for that relationship. So
20 years ago.
And back then we only sold fitness equipment. So for the first 10 years we were only on the fitness equipment side of the spectrum. It wasn't until 2007 that we brought in the cycling component.
Okay, so that's been 10 years.
Yes.
But your roots are in the cycling. You worked for a bike shop prior to coming in. So you've been longer than 20 years in the cycling business,
I have. I started out when I was 16 years old as a bicycle mechanic. And that's actually how I got introduced to the exercise equipment. The bike shop where I worked at, they sold treadmills in the winter months to offset the slow season for bicycling. So I was introduced to the fitness equipment at that point. And you know, the fitness specialty market was new. There wasn't really a place you could go to back, you know, in 2003 to, 1993, dating myself, to
trying to keep those decades separate.
To go buy really nice exercise equipment, and I really took to it, man. I loved it. It was just a lot of fun, and you know, my father was a big influence in my health and wellness journey. You know, from a little kid, he was always working out in the basement, so we had our weights down there. We actually had a small boxing ring in our basement.
Really?
So we used to spar a lot,
Do you have siblings? Do you have brothers?
Just little sisters.
Oh, so you couldn't
my dad would, you know, play around with me with the gloves and stuff like that. So, you know, early on, I just, you know, really gravitated towards wellness and exercise, so.
Yeah, I met your dad right before you're at, we should mention your location. You're at 2501.
Browncroft Boulevard.
Right here on the corner of
Blossom and Brown in Penfield.
Yeah. You're on the backside of Ellison Park.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
I love it,
Talk about some fat tire bikes.
We're going to talk about cycling.
We're going to cover that. But right before you moved over here, you've been here about what?
2 years.
2 years now? I was saying a year, but 2 years, time flies. Right when you were moving over, I was in the shop and he walked in one day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's 72 years old and is in amazing shape.
Yeah, he
works out daily. Shape. I mean, he is, people
he's a ball buster, too.
He's a fun guy. Yeah. He's definitely. But a lot of people don't even think he's in his 70s because he just looks amazing. So he's been a great, you know, role model for me for sure.
So it's in your DNA. You know, fitness is in your DNA. Cycling's in your DNA. You got partnered up through, however, with Bob Schiffauer, who, you know, kind of, I think he represented the shift from like the Baileys. You know, if you thought about fitness in the 70s and 80s in this town, it was Baileys or Holiday Health.
Right.
And the YMCA's been there forever. But the Rochester Athletic Club really was kind of revolutionary in the fitness business in what they did with a higher end service. And
in the selection of equipment that he would have at his clubs.
Yeah.
You know, he had multiple treadmills, I think way more than a lot of the mom and pop gyms in town there.
But yeah, you kind of struck out on your own, and you've been doing. You brought the cycling in.
We brought the cycling in, and retail's changing. Brick and mortar retail's changing. So we're just trying to navigate through all of that right now and be the best we can be. And we do that through service. Totally.
Well, we talked a little bit before we came on air today about who's attracted to cycling. The subsets of the road bikes, like the engineering, or a person who's interested in the performance, shaving a gram of weight here, and well, just the looks too. I'd say that fitness people, like gym guys, are engineers without the education, because we're interested in that performance and tweaking and the aesthetics and all that stuff. They're just good-looking machines. You walk in, you go, I don't even cycle, but I'd like to have one of those.
There is a huge cool factor. Yeah. I mean, they're sexy. I mean, really. I mean, they have an appeal. You look at them, and you want to be on it. It just has that attraction to you. That's kind of what's different about cycling versus some of the exercise equipment. I don't think people dream of having a treadmill and the experience on it. They want it for different reasons. Right. But a bicycle, it's just, you look at it, you follow the lines. I mean, you kind of fall in love with it. And then where it can take you and the experiences that you gain from that, it's just, it's amazing. I mean, I love it. I look forward to every bike ride I have the opportunity to go on.
If you're on a really good bike, and I grew up, I bought a Fuji. I remember it was a $200 Fuji Monterey when I was about 13. Saved my money from mowing the grass and bought it, and it was a good bike.
Right.
But my buddy, who I graduated high school with, Ted, I circled back with him about, 10, 15 years out of high school, and he had bought a really high-end bike. And we used to do the Great Race, which was a run, bike, and paddle event in Auburn, New York at Owasco Lake. And so, I was getting ready to do that, and he let me try his bike. And just the difference in putting your power into the pedal, and it immediately translated into speed and
immediate efficiency.
I had never experienced anything like that, and I instantly said, I got to have this bike. So I wasn't going to go. I think he had spent like $4,000 on it, which is kind of middle of the road, right? You can spend a lot more. You can spend a little less.
A lot more, absolutely.
I said, hey, can I borrow this bike? He said, no way in hell. So people get really attached.
Oh, they do.
You aren't borrowing somebody's really nice bike.
I still have the bicycle that I saved when I was 16 years old for. It took me 2 years, and I have that bike to this day, and I will never sell it because just because it has so much sentimental value to me. It was the first bike I could really afford that was on the high end spectrum of bicycling.
Well, you go from that Dick's Sporting Goods model, which from a 50 feet it looks similar.
Right.
They put some bells and whistles on it, but just the whole experience of putting your foot, how you just get that pedal at about 2 o'clock, just to crank down on it, and it immediately gives you gratification.
It's immediate acceleration, and that is very addictive. It really is.
I can see where that is, and those are the road bikes, and then you guys have like the fat tire bikes, and you have some mountain bikes, and that's a little different appeal. People like to be out in the wild and the woods and have an outdoor experience.
Yes.
Performance still is important, but it's more of the entire being out in it.
It is. I think for a lot of folks too, they prefer the off-road experience, especially with a lot of distracted drivers nowadays on their cell phones and stuff like that. People are really nervous about cars and traffic. So we're seeing a lot of folks that want to take their bikes either on gravel paths or into the woods, into some off-road trails. And you're right, the experience is surreal. I mean, there's nothing better than getting up early on a Sunday morning and hitting the trailhead and just having you alone in the woods and just stopping in the middle of nowhere and just taking it all in. I mean, it is. It's like, for me, it's like church on a Sunday morning. You get a spiritual feeling from it. I don't want to sound corny or anything, but to me, that's what it is. And that's why I love cycling so much and am so addicted to it. It really, it not only gives me benefits physically, but spiritually and mentally, it's a huge release for me. So I love it.
Sure. I mean, you can feel the passion.
Yeah, I mean,
off of you.
It is. Thanks.
This is Jamie Gruttadauria, and he is the owner here at Rochester Fitness and Cycling. We're talking cycling right now.
Yeah, we are.
Well, let's do this. Let's finish up this segment. I want to come back and do some fitness stuff.
Yeah,
that's
my talk
jam.
about treadmills and
because
totally.
you said that people don't fall in love with treadmills, but at the same time, you can get some bells and whistles on these things.
Oh man,
and this Zwift thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to talk about that, where it's like virtual reality, and you can train with people in different locations, and we got all of that.
Yeah.
But before we go to break, let's talk about. We started out talking about gift giving.
Yeah.
We should give the viewers here on Healthy Edge Rochester a few ideas, and you brought a few things. I'll let you explain.
These are some cool stocking stuffers. I think getting back to the safety issue of cycling, everybody wants to be visible while they're riding, and these are some great stocking stuffers that allow you to mount these, whether you're a walker or runner, just to have automobiles and other pedestrians be able to see you while you're riding. These are what they call safety lights or blinky lights. They basically have some that are both for daytime and nighttime use that are brighter, and then others that are just used for nighttime use.
And these go on bikes, but
they can go on bikes. They can go on your body. Yep, they come with clips for like a belt buckle, so you can use them for running. And for $30, it's a great stocking stuffer. These are all USB rechargeable too, so you don't have to worry about buying batteries. You just plug it into a USB port and charge it up, and it's ready to go. They last up to 200 hours on a single charge, so
that's awesome.
you can really get a lot of life out of them too, and not have to worry about running out of battery. So
I was driving. A person was running, but I was driving down Gravel Road where I live in Webster the other day. I had to be to the gym early. It was dark out, and there was a runner with a headlight that was flashing, and then they had two lights on the tongues of their shoes that were flashing. And it's a strobe light. I mean, it was kind of distracting, but then I realized, well, you know what? You've got to combat distracted driving.
You do.
You don't know if it's dusk or if it's dawn, if a person's looking down and texting or, checking their Facebook status or what have you.
I get it.
And that's where these accidents happen.
Absolutely.
And this is a good way to protect yourself. It's a great last-minute stocking stuffer, right?
You're a dog walker, too. I see a lot of dog walkers out in my neighborhood using these. So, they're great for multiple type, exercises and activities. So
very cool. So we got a couple other things. Foam rollers. We'll get into that in the next segment.
Sounds cool.
Every bike owner should own grease monkey wipes. Now, do you recommend you carry these in your car because don't most cyclists carry their bike in their car, or they throw it on their roof?
They do, and absolutely. These come in different kinds of packaging. This is the tub, but they do come in single packets if you want to carry them on your bicycle with you. But they're awesome. I use them around the house. I use them for my bike. It's a natural citrus degreaser that will clean any kind of dirt or grease off your hands. You can use them on your bicycle chain. But, for $8, it's a great little stocking stuffer, and every cyclist eventually will need them. And grease is tough to get out of your clothing, for your hands, and this is a great little stocking stuffer.
That's a multi-purpose.
Yeah, we use these in our shop all the time.
Good stocking stuffer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, throw that in the stocking. Yeah. And then whether you are a cyclist, a runner, this is ergonomically correct. You can carry that. That's a sexy Rochester Fitness and Cycling water bottle. You can take that to Zumba class, yoga.
Sure.
I mean, everyone should have a Rochester Fitness and Cycling water bottle in their repertoire.
Absolutely.
I know if your family's like mine, my wife always complains of all the water bottles. Where do you put them? I mean, you can't put them in the glass cover.
And then you have all the missing caps.
she lays them like this on the top of the coffee cup, so when I try to take one coffee cup, they all come down. Yeah. But if it looked as good as this, I wouldn't even mind if it fell on my head.
That's awesome.
Everyone should have a Rochester Fitness and Cycling water bottle.
We have lots available.
All right, that's Jamie Gruttadauria, and this is Healthy Edge Rochester. I hear some noises going on because we are in your shop. We are on location today at 2501 Browncroft Boulevard. You're next to a cafe. You're across from
Browncroft Diner. Across from the Fast Track gas station, right across from Creek Street. So we're basically in the gateway of Penfield, coming up Browncroft Boulevard.
You can come out of the city. You can come out of Webster. You can come down from Penfield or Points East. You can get here easily. So come check them out, and we'll be right back with a second segment right after these messages. Good afternoon, John Hutchings here, Healthy Edge Rochester. It is segment 2 at Rochester Fitness and Cycling. We're on site today, and I'm joined by Jamie Gruttadauria, owner of Rochester Fitness and Cycling. And you're bleeding.
I did. I caught myself changing that tire a little bit.
Yeah, we did a live segment. If you're watching this, it's the edited version. It's probably a couple days later, and his wound is probably healed. But we're doing live outtakes in between to respond to viewers' questions, and someone wanted to know how to change a tire.
Yeah, so
you were masterful at it, though.
Well, of course it was a little bit harder than I expected. It was off of a new bicycle, so...
Oh, so it usually goes easier than that?
Oh, yeah. Once you take a tire on and
know,
off a few times, then the bead loosens up, and it's much easier to get on and off, so...
All right, well, you made it look easy.
Well, thank you. I try my best.
If you're just joining us, which this is pre-recorded, so you can back it up and watch the beginning. We just spent the first 15 minutes talking about the cycling part of Rochester Fitness and Cycling.
Correct.
And I want to spend a few minutes talking about the fitness part because, well, that's kind of my jam. And also, it's where Rochester Fitness and Cycling got its start 20 years ago.
Sure.
And we brought some props here, but before we kind of go through these, and it is the gift giving season. We're in crunch time, 9 days till Christmas as of the taping of this. Guys, get it in gear. You got to get some fitness gear, which it's always kind of a dicey proposition to give your lady friend some fitness gear.
This is true. Maybe it's better if you buy it as a together gift, something for the
or
whole
a gift
family.
certificate. Can you do a gift certificate?
Absolutely, yes.
Also dicey, but yeah, because when I sold gym memberships and it was the holiday season, we'd say, hey, buy a gift certificate for your wife or your girlfriend. It's like,
yeah, that can be a little tricky.
Yeah, but you know what? Fitness is universal, and despite any fallout, maybe see some counselor or some therapist, work out those issues, and then when you give like a foam roller or something like that, it's not looked at as a threat.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that said, when people come in to talk to you guys about fitness, you do both the residential side
yes.
and you do the commercial side.
Yes.
Let's talk about the residential for a minute, because I think going into January, people are going to think about New Year's resolutions.
Yep.
Probably not today,
no,
but immediately after
Christmas,
they go, what am I going to do to get in shape?
Well, I think a lot of people have bought for others, and now they're looking to maybe, buy for themselves as a family. And it definitely, business picks up after Christmas and up into the New Year's time. So
yeah, what are the hot items this year? What are
treadmills are still king.
Really?
I think out of being in business for 20 years now, that has been the tried and true piece of exercise equipment that has always been popular and always has stand the test of time. It's never a trendy piece that has come and gone. But treadmills, rowing machines are really popular. The dual action air bicycle, the old Schwinn Aerodyne, has got a huge makeover and is coming back.
Yeah, what did they call it? The assault bike?
The assault bike.
Is it the assault bike?
Well, that's one brand, but we have a beautiful bike by a company called Cascade Fitness that, in all of my years of working on exercise equipment, I have never felt a bike as smooth as this one. And, they're adding features like multiple hand grip positions. It's not just the stationary, neutral hand grip position. Now you have 4 or 5 different hand grip positions. The fans are actually quieter. Instead of just taking an old bicycle wheel and like snapping some blades onto it, they've actually casted a new fan, which is smaller, more space efficient.
And that's important because when you're talking about home exercise, I think about my house and I can hear people in the basement, whether they're playing video games and swearing, like my kids do, or if you've got a clunky old bike or treadmill that, you probably, if you're a spouse and your wife or husband decides, hey, I'm going to start working out at 5 in the morning.
Yes, you don't want to wake up the whole.
Things like that.
Absolutely.
So
space is a premium in a person's home, and how loud a machine is. Those are all important factors in deciding what type of exercise piece of equipment to purchase.
Well, let's finish this segment.
Okay.
And then go out on the exercise floor and look at some of these.
Yes,
but let's wind this down by talking about some of the smaller things.
Okay,
the investment in the bike or the elliptical or the treadmill or a universal piece of weightlifting equipment. All good buys.
Yes.
As a fitness guy, I highly recommend it. I think people should have a home fitness solution as well as have a gym membership.
I think the two go hand in hand.
Motivation is key, and sometimes you just don't have the time, and it's a disruption to your regular schedule if all you have is a gym membership,
right.
And vice versa. You just get bored at home and you want a little,
Yeah, you want some camaraderie maybe,
some
something
noise,
a little
some
different.
energy. You go to the gym. So gym memberships are so cheap these days. You should do both. So let's talk about some of the in-between stuff because time is also a variable. So sometimes you don't have a lot of time to work out. So you got like a 5-minute solution or a 7-minute solution. It's not the solution, but it's part of the solution.
It is.
I always recommend people stretch in the morning, get moving. And to that end, we've got a variety of foam rollers. We've got the big one that people probably see. This has got a little more,
This one has dual different density knobs on it.
Yeah.
So as you roll on it, you're basically going to get some points that are more firm than others. And you're right, this is the longer version. Definitely
roll down your back.
Great for some rolling on your back, absolutely. It gives you a lot of room, because as you roll, your body tends to move side to side. You won't feel like you're falling off the roller.
And what I like about this, what's the brand of this?
This is Trigger Point. That's the brand that we represent.
It's got a solid wheel inside, like almost a PVC pipe, because a lot of foam rollers will break down and it almost turns into an egg-shaped thing, and it's not getting you the release of the adhesions or the tissue or the adjustments. I don't want to speak for chiropractors. They don't want us to self-adjust.
Yeah,
but
right.
You can self-adjust with these things if you know what you're doing. So this is a solidly built foam roller.
It is.
And then you've got some smaller ones like this.
That's
is
more
where
of
you
like
can
a travel one. These are great if you want to throw it in a duffel bag and just have it. Maybe bring it even to the gym with you. And then when you're done, doing your routine, you can actually do some small rolling out techniques with this.
Yeah.
The handheld one's great.
I like this one.
For IT band, hamstring, calf. It's just, you hold it in your hands and you can apply a pressure this way. And again, it's just great for back too. If you want to reach around and grab it this way, you can get it from your back that way.
This is also a great tool for people who are going heavy duty with their lifting, because one of the things that you can do to speed your recovery in between sets is self-massage.
Absolutely.
So if you're just using your fingers to kind of break up that, send that lactic acid back into its waste processing systems, this can just make it that much easier.
It does.
So that's a great tool.
It is a great piece.
And we got to talk about this.
So this is brand new. We just received this 2 days ago, and this is a new product by Trigger Point, and it's the vibrating roller. And essentially, it's USB chargeable, so there's a little USB port here. It's got an on and off switch that basically vibrates as you roll. And I just tried it for the first time about 5 minutes ago. I really like it a lot. I mean, it feels amazing on your back, your neck. It really, if you've got some deep knots that you're looking to get rid of, this can, you just kind of sit there and hold it on that area, and you're going to get a lot of
what makes me think of is, it makes me think of several things, but if I go get a pedicure and I go to the nails place and you sit in those chairs and like it's a shiatsu massage going on, it just feels like that, and it makes me want to kind of work my neck, although that makes my head shake around a little bit, but that feels good.
Yeah.
That feels good. Get those traps loosened up. A lot of people carry a lot of... Take this to the office.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great, stress buster.
It is.
And a great conversation piece.
Definitely.
Hey, Alice, what the hell's going on over in that cubicle over there? I'm just using my, what's this called? The Trigger Point vibrating foam roller.
Yes.
And what did you think I was doing? So there's that. We had to talk about that.
Yeah.
But we should point out for the commercial accounts too, anyone that goes into a gym and there's a bunch of cables, you're always looking for accessories. You sell these. I remember I used to call you up once or twice a year and just get a few accessories because this wears out. It's nylon. People get nuts with it and just really wrench on it. They go missing.
They do.
And this is reasonably priced and it's quality. I know World Gym down on East Avenue, I should mention, they're one of our sponsors. World Gym Rochester down at 1717 East Avenue, $159 for a year membership.
Wow.
They got to act before the end of the year, though.
That's great.
To get that. But they have 2 of these.
Yes.
They just showed up in the attachment bins, and everyone is just beside themselves with joy. Because there's nothing more frustrating when you've got your Men's Health workout routine that you've downloaded from your app, and it says rope push downs, and you can't find a damn rope.
You can't. Yeah.
So Rochester Fitness and Cycling for all
we have a lot of those type of attachments.
And then finally,
TRX,
I grabbed the TRX because I saw those over there. This is one of my favorite all-time fitness innovations, developed by a Navy SEAL. It's basically, it was an old canvas webbing that he started with, but it's a nylon strap. It's got handles on it, and I bought the book 10 years ago, and I still incorporate a lot of these exercises into. I train kids for sports. I train adults for core stability and things like that. This is really an innovative piece of equipment. Are you selling a lot of these right now?
We are. They're becoming definitely more popular now that they're being exposed in health clubs, and people, that go to clubs can obviously see how to use them.
I've seen studios that do.
They just do TRX classes, yeah. And I think the body weight strength training is a lot less intimidating for folks than it is to throw up some dumbbells or plates.
Yeah.
So for somebody who may not want to do strength training because they think, I'm going to be big, get big muscles, and this is a great, less intimidating way for people to get into some sort of strength training routine. And they're so easy. You can hang them from any kind of, sturdy support in your home. And the amount of exercise you can do on a couple straps it's amazing. So
you're hitting all the high points because it's modifiable. If you're an older or an injured person that has trouble just getting up from a seated position, you can start there.
Yes.
And then just gradually, incrementally move toward moving to full body weight squats. You can do single limb things. It's functional training, and it replicates real life movements that applies to carrying groceries in from the car and things like that. So again, whether you are or are not looking to get jacked, because this does challenge even the hardcore person, and especially with some core exercises, you hook your feet in those stirrups and go out into a plank and try to bust off a jackknife or a mountain climber with your feet suspended. It challenges your stability.
It is very challenging.
It's a great gift for anybody on your list. You do need a place to hook it on, a ceiling.
Yeah, we recommend either a support beam, in the basement's pretty common. A lot of people are putting them there. Or if you have some sort of power rack already in the home, you can also
chin-up bar.
Took it to a chin-up bar, power rack. So you can get creative. There are a lot of different ways to suspend that. But again, minimal size, portable.
You can take that to the park. You can take that on vacation.
There is a strap that comes with it that actually is meant to hook around a tree limb. So, you can bring it out anywhere.
So it's important to not just think of Rochester Fitness and Cycling as, like big bike purchases or treadmill and elliptical. You can come down and get the little stuff in between too.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, everyone needs in their repertoire Rochester Fitness and Cycling water bottle. That is a cool logo.
Thank you.
That is a cool logo.
Thank you.
Darren and I were talking about the effectiveness of communicating a message. When you want to say, I'm good at two different things, that's hard to do in a marketing sense. But you've kind of captured it. It's the bicep and the forearm of a guy who works out, or a woman, and it's the gear of a bicycle chain.
Yeah, bicycle chain. Yeah,
Genius.
I was very pleased at the artist that designed that because we were struggling big time coming up with a new logo.
I would slap that on everything as you have, and you should. That is an amazing logo. Well, anyway,
thank you, John.
You're welcome. That's Jamie Gruttadauria. I am John Hutchings. This is Healthy Edge Rochester, and we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll be out on the showroom floor. Is that what you call it?
Yes, showroom floor.
Do you guys have a PA system that says Jamie to the showroom
floor?
No,
we don't.
No, this is I should point out, it's a very welcoming place. When you walk in, Dan or Jamie, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? Ran into an old friend here already today, checking out some equipment. So come on down. We're at 2501 Browncroft Boulevard, and we'll be right back after these messages. Hey, John Hutchings, Healthy Edge Rochester. We are in the showroom of Rochester Fitness and Cycling. This is Jamie Gruttadauria.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, there you go. We've been doing some segments here for our video podcast on site today. Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you for coming down. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely.
So now we get to see where the fitness happens at Rochester Fitness and Cycling. And we want to tell our viewers about this treadmill right here.
This is
Lifespan. Why don't you take over?
This is the Lifespan TR 5500 treadmill. And, we're always trying to look for great values to bring to our customers. And one of the hardest challenges we have is finding good quality treadmills that hold up for 10 plus years without having to cost $2,000 or $3,000.
Okay.
And we were fortunate enough to partner with Lifespan, and they came out with this product last fall, and it has been one of the most value-oriented, best spec treadmills that we've ever carried at $1,600. It is unbelievable the amount of specifications that this product has at that price point.
One of the things I noticed about this, because we shared a boosted post on this, and it's out on Facebook through the Healthy Edge media page. This will decline, right?
It will. It has a negative 2% decline.
And that's and we've also got an offer out there. People come in, they get my free 8-week treadmill program.
Yes.
And I use a decline because I designed that on the true treadmills that you sold me at the Downtown Fitness.
Right.
Store. And you don't see that in a home.
You don't, and you would have to spend normally upwards of $4,000 or $5,000 to get a treadmill with decline.
That's what I spent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Times what, 10 or 20?
Yeah. Exactly.
But so this treadmill does have negative 2% decline. But one of the biggest things that we come across is people want a treadmill to run on, and what they don't realize is that not every treadmill can hold up to a runner.
Yeah, if you go to Sears,
Yep.
I mean, not to mention any names, and buy a $200-300 treadmill, you're not going to be able to run on that for any length of time.
In a couple of years, you're going to have a lot of issues with the product because the motors are not built for that type of usage. Mm-hmm. So the Lifespan has the largest motor you basically can put in a treadmill and still power out of a regular household circuit. It's a 4-horsepower continuous duty motor. And I have never been able to offer that high of a horsepower machine for under $2,700.
And you say I caught an interesting word you said, home circuit.
Yes.
So if you're bringing in, you can buy a commercial treadmill for your house, but you're going to have an electrician come in.
You're going to have to probably run a 220
circuit.
line or a dedicated circuit, absolutely.
Yeah, so this just is a plug and go.
It is. It just need a grounded outlet. It can't be an old school 2-prong, but it has to be a 3-prong outlet. But in addition to having the 4-horsepower motor, we also have the wider 22-inch width walking surface, which most treadmills in this class only come with a 20-inch walking surface. Mm-hmm. So you have 4 horsepower, 22-inch width belt, you have decline 2%. In addition,
you get a wide berth there.
You have a wonderful, what I like to call cockpit. Okay. It's not too cluttered. It has a low profile, so if you want to mount a television to the wall, the console is not obstructing your view to the television. So you have that low profile design. It's very intuitive to use. The buttons will actually flash as to prompt you to what to press. So right now the green go key is flashing to let the consumer know this is the button you need to get the treadmill started. It counts down 3, 2, 1, and then the belt will start up at 0.5 miles an hour. From that point, you can adjust your speed, either using the plus and minus key or these quick speed keys.
Gotcha.
You have a built-in fan, you have speakers for your music, iPad holder, iPad trickle charger. I mean,
you get all the electronics.
Yeah, it has it all.
Energy efficient. That's important.
Well, this is a really cool feature about the Lifespan product, is when you're done using it, the machine will actually power down itself and go into sleep mode. So you don't have to physically get on your hands and knees, find the on and off rocker switch at the base of the treadmill, which is usually pinned up against the wall, and it will just go off on its own and save the power. And of course the Rochester Fitness bottles
Absolutely.
in it. So it's loaded with features, and the warranty is probably the best part. No need to buy extended purchase warranties. It has a 5-year parts electronics warranty with a lifetime motor warranty.
Wow.
At that price point, there is not another treadmill on the market that can even touch this.
So don't go to your local sporting goods place. Don't go to your department store.
I can tell you.
Don't go online.
I can tell you if you want
you
want a disposable product, shop at those places. When it breaks, it's too costly to fix. It's not worth fixing. There's no warranty to stand behind the product. This is a serviceable treadmill. Lifespan's been in business for many years, offers a substantial warranty with the product, and stands behind it, as well as we do. That's the benefit
you
of.
guys are great.
I mean,
I used you, and Dan, who's doing our live video, came down and fixed a lot of things over the years.
yes. So not only do we have great products, but we have the professional white glove delivery and installation, which will bring it in the home, carry it down up flights of stairs, down flights of stairs, get it set up where you need it, test it, run it, explain it, and then we also give you a first year free in-home service with all the purchases. So any adjustments that need to be made in the first year, we will come to your home and adjust it at no charge to you.
That's amazing. Well, that's the Lifespan treadmill.
Yeah, TR5500, guys. Check it out on our website. And stop in and try it. Bring your running shoes.
Let's finish up this segment. Just kind of do a panoramic of the. Let's run around here a little bit.
We can
because one of my favorites things, and you've got a variety of bikes, recumbent.
We have
bikes.
recumbent bikes.
You got your TV
spin,
set up there, spin
yep.
bikes. A lot of people are doing in-home spinning.
Yep.
We should talk about Zwift for a split second.
Yep.
I love these true ellipticals. These are fantastic, compact. Don't take up a lot of footprint on your floor. I don't want to sell for you, but this is what attracted me to this unit.
You've hit all of the hot buttons with that product. This is the most space-efficient elliptical on the market. 4 feet by 4 feet, guys. And one of the other most important things is the actual step in height. How high you have to actually step up to get into the unit. This can create two issues. Ceiling height clearance in a finished basement.
Yeah.
If you have an elliptical with an 18-inch step-in height, you're going to have to remove a drop ceiling tile out of your basement. And also just the safety of climbing up and off the unit. With this True Fitness product, you can actually just step up and then hop right up onto the machine. It also has side steps where you can mount or stand on to isolate just upper body movement. And some people would prefer to actually step up there first before they get on the pedals of the unit. But
that's a good price too. I mean, $2,200.
Excellent price. This is one of the most sturdy products. I will tell you, it's small, but it weighs 325 pounds. It is built like a tank. So again, these are products that you will have in your home 10, 15 years from now. They last. They are built to last. And, to give you many years of problem-free service.
Awesome. So we've covered the cardio, just a quick visit to the strength side. You've got some universal machines,
we got some
multi.
Yeah, we got our mini power rack. This is great for folks, again, that want to put a power rack in their home but maybe don't have 7 or 8 feet ceiling height clearance.
Yeah.
And this is still tall enough to squat with. It has your safety spotters, so if you're working out alone, you can easily pop these off, adjust these to various heights, and then if you get in a situation where you have to let the bar down, you can let it down on the safety spotter.
Amazing.
Built-in weight trees as well, so you have all your plates right here where you can grab them and then load them right onto your bar.
And you've got something for the people that want to do some functional training. You've got some plyo boxes.
Plyo boxes,
I mean,
both.
that's a hell of a jump right there.
That is, but we also have the
safety ones.
We have the
for
soft
anyone
one
that's gashed
here.
Their shins on a jump box.
Yep.
Let me demonstrate. Here we go.
You're going to do it?
Although my cord might come out.
This could get real interesting.
Pants here.
All right.
All right, there we go. But
Good job.
If I did miss, I would just smash my shins on.
It is definitely way user-friendly, especially for the newbie.
Shorter. There's 3 different heights you can
There's
do here.
3 heights.
You got 24, 30, and 36, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I love this thing. You've got ropes over here. Anyone want to do some battle
Yep,
ropes?
battle ropes.
And we talked about the foam rollers, the TRX.
Yep. Sorry, guys.
You've got a rig for sale here.
We do have a rig.
Let's move this rig today.
We should.
We've had this thing sold a couple of times, haven't we?
I think we have, but unfortunately it hasn't gone. We're looking for the right commercial customer to take this on. If you are in the market for a rig, come and see me. I will give you an amazing price on it.
You know what? I want to add one thing to this. I want to challenge all these apartment developers who put a fitness room in their complex, right?
Yeah.
The buildings being renovated downtown, people building multi-units out in the suburbs. They put a treadmill. They put the same old stuff in there.
They do.
And you want to service them and you want to sell to them. So keep calling Rochester Fitness and Cycling. But you know what? If you're an apartment complex owner, go the extra mile. Put a functional fitness room in there.
Absolutely.
I'm sure your clients, or what do you call them? Your tenants would love that. So I want to sell this thing.
I do too.
We actually used this, right? We used it for
We
the
did.
second
It has
fitness
been-
festival.
we did.
For the Throwdown Downtown
We
CrossFit
did.
Challenge.
Yes.
Yeah. So this thing's This thing's been looking for an owner for a while, so let's move that thing. You got rowing machines?
We've got some rowers here. We got another model here. These are a couple of...
Let's finish with these babies over here.
So these are what we would call multi-home gyms or functional gyms. This is the Tough Stuff 6-pack trainer, probably one of our most popular strength pieces that we sell to date. And again, space efficiency. We have a unit that comes in under 7 feet, and we have a total space of about 3 feet long. And one of the, I think, best features of this product is it is a functional piece that gives the user control over the range of motion. So you have 3 pulleys, high, mid, and low, and with that combination, you can do endless movements that replicate dumbbell work, that replicate functional training. The other cool thing about this is that if you're looking to do explosive movements, this has so much cable length in it before the weight stack will actually stop. So if you want to do all of your chops and swings, you can do that with a product like this and not have to worry about running out of cable length.
Yeah, because if you've had one of the other brands, you know that you get about here. Because I've worked out hotels where you're trying to do things like that, and it's like clunk.
Clunk, it stops, and then you can't get full range of motion.
That's awesome.
So
I see you've got some pedals. You can do some seated rows. I mean, you got a lot of versatility.
Cool feature here, the seat pivots. So now you can go into all of your pulling exercises.
There you go.
So your rowing, your pull downs, your tricep work, all of that can be performed with the seat in that position. And then when you're finished, fold the seat back and tuck it away.
Yeah, we could put that seat up and hit some bicep curls.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, this is a nice piece.
It is.
And
then we have more of a hybrid type piece. This allows the user to have some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some ability where the machine is actually guiding you through the motion.
Okay.
But yet still has a floating mechanism so that you're working some of those secondary stabilizing muscle groups.
Wow.
So chest press on this, you would perform by bringing the arms down and then coming out forward, but you still have ability to move these arms.
Impressive.
But it gives a little bit less room for error for the maybe first-time strength user. So you can bring in the arms and do a, convecting.
You can slide your hands right down here.
Oh yeah,
do chest flies,
you can do chest flies right here. Yep.
Wow.
So 2 great strength pieces, both pretty space efficient, both have user-defined motion. Just kind of do 2 different forms of it.
Very cool. Well, let's leave it there then.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a great job. You did
Sounds
a hell of a
great.
job.
Thank you, John.
You've done this a few times, right?
I have a good mentor. John H.
Well, Bob Schiffauer, too. Yes. You've worked with the best. Let's put it that way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to align myself with people that are knowledgeable and know the industry. So.
But you yourself really are a resource to the fitness community, and thank you again for
letting
us come in. He's Jamie Gruttadauria. I'm John Hutchings. This has been Healthy Edge Rochester. Check us out on Facebook, Healthy Edge Media. What's your website? Give these
RochesterFitnessEquipment.com.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good website.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and check you out on Facebook. Your Instagram's pretty good, too.
Thank you. We are on all social media channels. Message me, whatever. We're here 6 days a week to answer all your questions.
Awesome. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And we are out.